How we doing, everybody? I'm Andy Malfrey. This is DTL R&R, the reaction channel for the Drag the Lake podcast. If you want to like the podcast, if you like this and you want to go watch the podcast, I should say, link for it down below. We do podcasts. We do other content. It's a good fucking time. But over here, we watch videos and we react to them. And I saw this one and I was pretty excited about it. 4 Years Strong. I've talked about it a bunch on this channel, so you can go back and watch those ones. I put like one or two others, I should say, actually. I don't know if we talk about it a bunch is fair, but I am a passionate fan of 4 Years Strong. And I'm excited for this new album because I am one of those fans who I was a real big like, oh, the old stuff's only good and they kind of sucked ass. And I kind of lightened up on that. Just becoming a more mature adult, still listening to pop punk, but so I've lightened up on it. I just, now I come from the mature angle of like, yeah, they had a dip. Rise or Die Trying, still the best album ever, but they had a dip. But I will say in more recent times, 4 Years Strong, from what I prefer them to do, they are coming back, and they are just in general making good ass music. They don't have to make technical pop punk. Overly technical pop punk the whole fucking time. Bands are allowed to evolve, but either way, the the new music that's been coming out for this album actually has me the most excited I've been for a 4 Year Strong release in a while. So without further ado, let's actually let's watch this album. Let's watch this video. Let's play the video. I'm so tired. Right when I was about to go like, okay, they might not do anything sort of like with that subtle hardcore influence they have. And then they said like, oh, Impatient Boy. Just get ready. These videos have been very funny to me because let's just go back without the sound. But you just think about, because I think they all live in Boston. I think I could be wrong. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all Boston boys. And the idea that they've just, I don't know if they like did separate days for each video, but they did at least one day where they they had to go around Boston like a bunch of psychopaths and just stand there and have like a slow pan out. Just, because you got to think about the setup. So it's just all day. Each member would just be awkwardly standing perfectly still for about probably like up to 5 minutes, if maybe not that much, but so that's just Out of the gate, that's a real fun thing to think about. I said this before, and I got a comment from the dude who I guess makes these videos and shit like that. I wish I remember his name. I'd give him a shout out, but yeah, he was like, "Yo, good looking out on this point." But yeah, just I am a big fan of, on a lead up to an album, with all the music videos having a sort of thematic consistency to it. And the fact that I think they only technically put out one video, like they've put out about 3 singles so far, but they only technically put out one music video. And but in all of the single, all the like lyric videos and music videos they've put out for this album, it's had like the same thematic vibe to it. And that's just, I'll just say it again. I already kind of made this point, but I'll say it again. I like when bands do that. If more bands could, because it makes each album feel distinct. It doesn't just feel, because there's like, punk bands are the worst about it. Hardcore bands kind of do it too, but punk bands are the worst about it, where, you know, they kind of get, it's like the first 3 will be like fucking heaters of albums, and then they just kind of just, you know, it's just a bunch of them. They don't have the same pizzazz to them, and then as a fan, they all sort of start to blend together. But if on like the lead up to the album, you know, they sort of had a like thematic consistency, it helps sort of delineate different eras of the bands and shit like that. So just as a fan, it becomes more enjoyable to, you know, participate in what you're putting out. Musically, I got to be honest, I kind of made a joke earlier, but I was a little proven wrong on this song. It kind of started off, I was like, okay, this is fine. Once again, you know, it's hard. The band's like, what, 6 albums in or whatever the fuck. I know, like, I'm 34. They started when I was like, I didn't listen to them until college, but they like probably started when I was in high school. So like, you really get, and they were a band on the first two albums, like Rise or Die Trying. I know they had one before, I think, but like Rise or Die Trying and Enemy of the World, I got pretty locked in on that sound. So I try to be unbiased, but you know, I'm a human being. That's impossible. You can't not be biased to a degree on certain things. But, you know, I try not to be so locked into like my favorite version of them, to try to give this a honest assessment. But there was still a thing of like, because it's just, you know, For You're Strong at their best is they got a lot going on. They sort of take what's regular and kind of bob and weave in and out of that. And so to kind of have that, it felt a little more standard of a sound than what I sort of prefer with them. But then they introduced new elements of it that kind of hit you with that breakdown out of the gate. Then they went back to it. And then, dude, I've been saying this a lot when I talk about bands that just sort of, you know, they got something good, but they missed the mark. And For You're Strong fucking did it perfectly. They come back in with like the chorus you already heard, but they give it to you a little bit different. So, you know, it's like I made the analogy on some other shit, but it's, you know, it's like we all like burgers, but we like having everyone's version of their burger. So it doesn't matter if you're also making a burger. Give me your food in general. I like making food analogies. I only had breakfast today, and it's almost the evening. But no, for real though, it's not like you go and you got one taco spot you go to. You might have your favorite taco spot, but I really like tacos, so I'm going to go to a lot of taco spots and eat a lot of tacos. I don't know if that's apparent by looking at me, but I am prepared to eat a lot of tacos. Controversial statements made today are off the charts. But I'm prepared to eat a lot of tacos, so there's no harm in just giving me like a new fucking, you know, your version of a taco. And that's kind of like what they were doing right there. Did they stay within elements of their songwriting we're used to? Yeah, but they kind of moved in and out of it. This is honestly to me, this album is gearing up to be like, we got a little bit of everything for everyone. Everyone's going to get something out of this album. Now, is it going to be like a fucking repeat of Rise or Die Trying, so grumpy old fucks like me are happy? No. Is it going to be all of their straightforward shit when they started sounding like fucking 90s rock bands? No. It's starting to gear, because they have very clear like hardcore influences with like the breakdowns in this song and the way they approach it. They clearly have a more like this song I would almost categorize as like low-key industrial. So it's kind of cool, and I think that's a smart move for bands when they sort of hit this point. Like I said, this is like their 6th or 7th album. Once you get to that point, you don't get to that many albums by just doing the same album over and over again. So to be this deep into like a fandom of a band and to hear them being like, we still are going to give you what you want, but we're also going to give you a little extra and sort of test what you're used to with us. So yeah, I honestly started that thinking I wasn't going to really give a fuck. And now I'm still got me locked in, and I'm excited for this album. So yeah, whenever the fuck it comes out, I think it's coming out soon. Yeah, Aftermath, Afterthought. No, that's the name of the song. Let's just figure out when it comes out. 4 Years Strong. I just want to know. And I'm sure there's people watching this who want to know. August 10th? Is that when it comes out? No, those are tour dates. This article probably has it. Yeah. Thank you for watching this. Like and subscribe. I try to put out shit on here almost daily. It's hard to do it daily, but I try to. Oh yeah, Analysis Paralysis, August 9th. Oh, so in 2 days. Nice. It's coming out this weekend. Let's go. I'm pumped for this album to come out. Analysis Paralysis, August 9th. All right, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Like I said, try to post videos daily, and I think you'll like them when I post them daily. Be about it. Peace.